Hey, it's Cooking with Bob. We're going to throw down this fried rice today in my Lodge cast iron wok. Simple, quick, easy, a few ingredients. If you have 15 minutes, you can make that beautiful meal. Awesome ingredients. We got one green pepper, one orange pepper, some carrots diced, some onions diced, and some sirloin steak. Let's get cooking. Alright, let's get this fired up, get this rice going, get that hot. 2 cups of water here. I just use a cup. I don't get too fancy. That looks like about enough for my wife and I. So we'll throw that on there and get that boiling. So we can add our rice. Let's get this other item going. This Camp Chef stove. Absolutely amazing. I love them. So let's get that in there. I also have this cool, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a spatula, but it's rounded on the edge so it fits in the wok. So let's get that preheating. So we'll get all this going. Water boiling, get the wok preheated, and then we'll start cooking. All right, I'm just going to spray a little oil in this wok so that it's nice and oiled. Get a little black pepper on there, and then we're going to throw it in here. Doesn't take too long. I think we're pretty hot. Let's see. Yeah, hear that sizzle. We'll get the steak started. I love this wok. Cast iron cooking at its finest. Does a great job. Made by Lodge. Sits on this Camp Chef stove really well. Very sturdy. So we'll get this going. I don't add any of my seasonings kind of towards the end, and I'll explain that as we go. But let me know, when you cook fried rice, do you use a wok? Do you use your Blackstone? I usually use my Blackstone, but I looked up and I said, I bet that wok's a little bit sad today. Let's use the cast iron wok to make this stir fry tonight. So that's what we're after. Alright, I'm going to turn that down a smidge. Got it pretty piping hot. Doesn't take too long, obviously. Alright, as you can see, the water's boiling nice, so we're going to turn that off. Got roughly, I don't know, probably 2 cups of rice here. We'll stir that in. That's all you have to do. I like using the minute rice. Always turns out good, and it's easy. And if you watch me, I'm all about cooking easy. So let's put the lid on that. We got a glass top, which is kind of cool, so we can keep an eye on that. Steak's come along nice. Let's get this all cooked. And you can see it's in its own juices. Love this thing. It works great in this wok. Makes a lot of noise. Hopefully that's not too annoying on my video. Coming along. You can cook your steak however you like. This is sirloin, so I'm going to go a little bit longer to help it get a little bit tender. One thing I like to do is hit it with a wee little bit of lemon pepper. Not a lot, because it'll overpower it, but put a little bit of that lemon pepper in there. Just gives it a real nice, unique taste. I mean, you could obviously get a lemon and squeeze some in there, but that's pretty good stuff. So really enjoy putting that in a lot of my dishes similar to this. What I usually do is I put the carrots in by themselves, because of course they take the longest. We kind of like our veggies a little bit still on the crunchy side. I don't like to get them all mushy. So we'll put the carrots in, let them cook for a little bit with the steak. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add a little teriyaki. I don't put the soy on until the very end because it tends to burn easily. I don't know how much this is. I just do this by sight and smell, it's that much of the bottle, however much that is. That was probably, what, 5 or 6 tablespoons. Just let them carrots get a little bit soften before we put the rest of the veggies in. That's looking pretty good. You can see they're starting to change color a little bit, so come along nice. Oh, that smells, sounds, and looks delicious. So it's been a few minutes for the rice. I usually just pop the lid, give it one more stir. You can read the directions too, but that's how I always do it. I don't know if this is part of it, but I usually pop the lid. I think you're supposed to let it sit 5 minutes or so. But stir it up, make sure you don't have any of them crunchy pieces. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. Meat feels tender. Come along in its own juices. And that little bit of teriyaki sauce. Alright, the carrots are starting to soften, so I don't want to overcook them. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest of these veggies in here. That was one pretty good size onion, but my wife and I love onions, so that's not going to be an issue for us. Now, if you like hot stuff, or you like zucchini or eggplant, by all means, put whatever vegetable in here. I just want to show you how quick and easy this is to cook this in a cast iron wok. Works really well. Come along nice. I like using a couple different colors of peppers and the red onion. Yes, look how pretty it is. Really makes it look good. So if you don't put a lot of the sauces on early, you won't get your vegetables as discolored. I like the look of this. It's always a pretty look. Oh, that's coming along nice. And now, of course, you can cook your veggies as to your liking. I mean, we kind of like them just to still have a little bit of crunch. We don't want our veggies to be all mushy. We'll have a little bit of crunch in each one. And then we do like a little seasoning. I like just Tony's grill seasoning. It has just a smidge of heat. Put that on there. You don't have to add that. It's there again to your liking. But I always put all my seasonings near the end, because there's nothing worse than the taste of burnt seasoning. You get them little dark specks on food. That's what it typically is. So after cooking for over 50 years, I finally figured out, hey, put the seasoning on later, especially dry seasonings. Alright, so we do like garlic. I just have a tub of diced garlic. You can make it yourself and do it, but that's about a tablespoon of garlic, because my wife and I both like garlic, so we'll stick that in there again, so it doesn't get overly done, and we'll just blend in with this food. I wish you could smell this. This is like off the chain smelling. Good, good, good. Alright, we're starting to dry up, as you can see. It's not super wet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this up to the sides. That's the beauty of having a wok. And we're going to put some garlic butter. You can use regular butter, you can use oil, whatever you like, but I'm going to put this garlic butter in there. So we'll take the lid off of this so it has a chance to dry up a smidge. It's pretty dry, actually. That looks pretty good. Look at that steam, butter going here, and we're going to just throw the rice right on top of it. Now, a lot of times if I'm cooking for a crowd, some people don't like fried rice, so I won't put all the rice in. I'll leave some out. This is where I hit it with the juice. So I usually just do this based on sight. When it looks like it's You can hear it sizzle. You hear that, and this is still the teriyaki sauce, which we love. If you don't like it, don't use it. And you can see that pretty much boiling there in the bottom. I'm going to leave this up a while, and then I'll turn this back down. Let this get a little fried. That's the beauty of cast iron. I just turned it off because it will retain that heat for a long period of time. We don't like ours. I mean, it's called fried rice, but we don't like it like scorched or burnt. So this should just stiffen it up so, you know, all that moisture comes out of it. And look at that. I think we're ready just to combine all this. Man, does that look good. Just, you know, be careful you don't scorch anything. Keep it moving until this pan, when you're using cast iron, it will retain that heat for some time. So just keep it moving so you don't get like a scorched spot in it. Alright, let me show you the vegetable. Alright, so as you can see, we're still a little stiff. It's not overly done. You can probably hear that crunch. That's how we like them. Still has a little crunch. Let's try a carrot. The carrot is flexible. Perfect. Still has crunch. I think we're good. The pan's cooled, so now I feel safe to throw a little soy sauce on here. I don't like a lot because it's so salty, so I don't put a whole lot of soy sauce. You can always add it, you know, like you do at a restaurant, and just add your soy sauce as you're eating it if you're into that. But look at that. Look how beautiful. That might be one of my prettiest batches ever. But this is quick, easy. Probably 5 minutes, 8 minutes, beginning to end, and you have a delicious meal that your family and friends will enjoy. All right, we got this done. You know, I am at a campground, so it's all about paper plates. I should probably up my game and put my food on something prettier. But, you know, what are you going to do? Look at that, would you? Look at that steam rolling off of there. All right, let's do the taste test as I always do. Let's get a piece of meat, a piece of pepper, and some rice. There it is, the big bite. I'm telling you what, that is good. The Cooking with Bob way of making fried rice. Very simple. Don't be afraid of using cast iron. I love my cast iron. The key is, once I'm done and get all this either consumed or put away for tomorrow for lunch, just clean your cast iron right away. It'll come right out. And you can use soap. It's okay. Been using soap for, I don't know, 40 years. So you're all right. If you got something on there and you need to use soap, go ahead. Easy, a few ingredients. If you have 15 minutes, you can make that beautiful meal. It's absolutely delicious. So I did my taste test. I've had a few bites. One thing I want to tell you about is this steak is absolutely tender. It was just sirloin. And by cooking it this way, you don't have to buy an expensive cut of meat. That is tender, juicy, absolutely delicious. Give it a try.
I hope you enjoyed my Cooking with Bob method of making stir fry in the cast iron wok. If you do, hit that like, subscribe, and come back for some more content.